What's up? Welcome to the Ray channel, Ray Supp, R-A-Y space S-U-P-P. Like I said, if you ever want to check out the channel, once you type it in, no capitals, it's all lowercase. If you ever type it in, it's going to say above, like with two bold blue letters, it's going to say Ray Support and then Ray Supp. Ray Support's just some other fucking Mexican dude that does construction. From what I seen one time. I never really dabbled too much into that, but anyways, this is my weight vest. I've showed it before. It's about 20 pounds. I think it's about 20 pounds. So I'm just gonna do some little workouts and shit just to show you, because this is a spare room I had. I've tried renting it out a couple times, but obviously it wasn't part of my journey because everybody kept skipping out on it and kept going through the pain of whatever suffering that they were going through. And I'm like, look, nigga, if it's that hard over there, I got a room you can rent, you know. But it's probably just better that I don't. I like living alone anyway, unless I get myself a good woman, which is very rare. A lot of them lie and cheat and all that good stuff. So I got my weights here. Let's see, I haven't done all the calculations of, I think it's about, let me see, this is 12, 50, let's see, 12, 50, so 50, 62, 72, 82, I probably want to say about 87, maybe 87 pounds, I'm not sure, including the vest and my weight and all that. So I'm just going to pick this up, throw it over my head. I'm going to do 25. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step back a little so you get a more of a view. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think that was 25, right? Throw it up. 2, 3, 4, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop it down. Switch it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 40, so I'm gonna do 55. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know why, but I've just been really tired lately. I'm probably got cancer, or I'm dying or something, I don't know. But I'm just joking. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But the last few days in my videos, I was talking about working out and trying to build my body up more, because I fell off the last time. Something's really been hanging in my gut a lot, right? And I started to figure out it was a particular food that I had bought that had like grease oil or some kind of lard in it. I think it was like antibiotic shit, like not the good shit, the shit that they pump into the chicken stuff. Hey, what are you doing? Good? Go sniff out there. Your little pad right there. So anyways, that stuff was probably really bad. Usually I get hatched, I think it's like hatched and raised in the USA, some hatch free shit or whatever. It's supposed to be the cleanest chicken. Morally I get it from my dog, but every now and then, like I said, I'll have it with my rice, lettuce, and the chicken with my rice and lettuce or whatever. Sorry, I was getting a brain fart. But last night I went down fairly early, and then I woke up at like, it felt like 6 in the morning. I think I snoozed off a little longer. Then I woke up around like 7:24, which was good because I roughly got like about a 7 hours of sleep versus all the other nights. The last couple of nights I wasn't sleeping too well. So I'm still catching up on, I want to say I still need to catch up on a good 12 hours of rest. It's not going to happen right now, but I did some juicing today versus the last video, if you've seen it. I did 2 oranges, 5 lemons, some ginger, 2 apples. So I got about 38 ounces of some juice in there. So I had about, I want to say 8 ounces in that cup. I was drinking that. I got the other. What are you looking at, fool? Why don't you just let your presence be known? Why are you always behind me like a little demon? Fucking weirdo. So, yeah, 38 ounces is pretty good. So I had the 8 ounces drinking. I got the other 30 ounces just chilling in the freezer. Because when I'm ready, I'm going to sip on that, chill on that. And then I'm going to relax and lay down. Because I got to go to a meeting at 3. I'm just going to call it a meeting. What? She's bugging. I think she's really tired, to be honest. Because when she gets like really, really needy, it's because she's tired. When she's like overdoing it, because every time I'm moving around, because I'm very active, I'm always like washing the dishes or doing laundry. Because I have quite a bit of laundry. I don't know why I have more laundry. Maybe just because I have a lot of towels. And when I do the steam room, like I did earlier, I did like 40 minutes earlier in the steamer. 45 minutes actually. So she wants to play. She was up early as hell this morning, like I think between 3 and 4. I'm asleep, so I don't know what she's doing. But by the time I wake up in the morning, I know she has to go to the bathroom, so I take her out. She goes to the bathroom, yada, yada, yada. But it's pretty big in here, but it's not like there's one big long hallway so I can throw stuff. So just doing stuff like this with her will wear her out. You know, just making sure she runs a little and she catches the thing. It doesn't take a lot, which I notice. But other times though, like if I take her to the park and I run her, I'll run the shit out of her real hard, real fast. It depends. Sometimes we'll be at the park for a couple hours because I'm doing my own thing. But it wears her out for majority of the day, so I can just do my thing, you know what I mean? So it is kind of like having like a little kid, you know, because, well, she's a puppy though, but it's still like having a kid, you know, because they get fussy, they whine, they want attention, you know. And sometimes I can't play with her all the time. I got to keep myself motivated. I got to do what I need to do, because if I'm always attending to her every little need, then she becomes spoiled and she's always going to be expecting that. So in a little bit I'm going to put her in her kennel, because she's going to have to lay down and relax. And yeah, so that's that there. So anyways, those sets that I just did, I usually do like 3 or 4 of those sets. But since I'm tired already, because I actually went to the gym right over here by the office, and I did 3 sets in my arms lifting like this, 3 sets like this, well 2 sets like this, and then 1 in my back, and then I was benching too. I was thinking of doing my legs, but I'm about to do the routine of my legs right now. Get, go over there, go, get out of the way. Here, play with that. So, oh, let me grab I have another weight, hold on. Yeah, a little while ago too. No, come here. What are you doing? Get over here. Come here. No, because you're being too much. Get in there. Fuck it, I'll just stay here in the kennel. Alright, enough of those interruptions. So this is my little weight. It's not very much. But like I said, when you're wearing the vest, it's pretty good because like even walking around the house, you're carrying an extra 20 pounds, washing the dishes, grabbing these weights, you know, bending over, coming back up. It does help. And I don't know if anybody's seen those posts I threw up on Facebook with this girl that's doing these workouts. So like, for instance, I'll show this one here. This is one that I had seen that she was doing. I need to go back and dabble into some of her other stuff. But like, you know, you kneel down like this and do that, you know. And I noticed when I did just 10 of those, like I was like getting tired, you know. And it's like the simplest shit that you don't pay attention to that actually is like really hard. You know what I mean? Like for instance, if I grab these weights, it's probably only about 25 pounds. Now if I hold it like this for a good minute, it's gonna, you know what I mean? You're gonna drop a little bit. But I've been training like this for a while, so I can hold it for a good minute and then I can switch it. You know what I mean? Some people might drop it. But I'm really quick on that. Even when I'm tired, I can still grab it. You know what I mean? Or drop it. Like, you know, that's even training too. That helps with coordination, strength, mobility. You know what I mean? So like, before I probably wasn't able to do this. But I know I have a lot of strength, so if I practice on shit like that, I'm dabbling in all kinds of different workouts. So I'll do like 25 of these. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I would hold like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so like, even with that, you can feel that shit, like, because you're slowly coming down on each little pull, because each muscle has like let's say like it's like an elastic band, right? Something that's stretching and pulling and rotating. So you can feel all that shit in here. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not doing it on an everyday consistent base like I was, but now that I'm getting into this stuff again, I'm gonna just start doing it as much as I can. Like, I'm not gonna probably be able to apply that every day, but I'm gonna be switching up different workouts and different routines and different things on each day that goes by. So like, whatever I'm feeling out of my day, that's what I'm gonna do. So like right here too, for instance, I have a pull-up bar. I got hammers where I can hold here, and I could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it down, and then you have here, here, but mainly here is for this shit. See, but if you think about it, I'm holding on to an extra 20 pounds. So to do this, I'm not on that level yet. I can just feel that right now. Plus, I'm a little sore, haven't caught up on all the rest, but I'm still pushing myself. So like, even if I hadn't had the proper sleep and all that stuff, I know how my body is. So like, there was a point in time where I was working out and pushing real hard for like 3 days on only like 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep here and there, right? But I kept going and going and going until where I was like, you know what? Fuck, I can't do it no more. And I fucking ended up crashing out. probably for like 10, 11 hours. My body was still structuring. So I got up that night, I ate, refilled, did my thing, relaxed. And then finally, at some point, went to bed again. Probably slept like another 8 hours or something like that. But by the time I woke up, my body was like built. You know what I mean? It was just because everything heals like within the time that you're sleeping. So, you know, of course, everybody knows if you are into working out and stuff like that, when you work out and you do those sets that you're doing, it's good to rest or even take a nap, wake up, maybe do some more working out, and then go have a good night's sleep. You know what I mean? So if you're consistent every day, you know, you're going to see your body like change, you know what I mean? But I've seen my body change in so many different types of ways, so many different levels. And for me, like when I'm focused, I'm like super fucking focused, you know, like there's no in between or nothing. Like I said, I'm going to try to turn this into a weight room. I got this shit over here. I'm actually going to take this off so that way I have more mobility for what I'm going to do right now. So I got the chair right here, right? And I might even turn it for a second. Move my weights out the way. So for this, this chair would be good for, I don't know what you call these, but I did about 1,800 of these at the Mad Dog Fitness when I was over there. So like here, a push up, right, for my lower abs. I don't know what it's called. I don't know the name to it. I can always look it up. But I'll do these, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to do another 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's just to show you that I can do 100. I've been done 100 before. So like, there's no lying there. So if I don't know if the people want to take their time to watch the fucking video, but see, I'm doing it on this chair, but if you really pay attention to it, like on the inside here and then the wood, it's not really like that stable for my ass, you know, like on the edge, because it moves. But at the gym, they have those benches, either where you're like benching or like the regular just flat ones for whatever, like you can mobile it, move it. Some people will do like weird crunches with or deadlifts, and they'll use it for whatever reason that they do with their legs. But this is just something just to show you guys, because usually I do it on the couch. I do it on the couch like ooh ooh ooh, you know, lay it out. So these are some things that you can do at home, you know. Push-ups too. So like I'll show you some of the push-ups that I do. I had to turn the heat on for a little bit if you guys heard the noise in the background, because it was at like 65 degrees it said, and I was like, huh, why is it at 65 degrees? Why not 55? It was just fucking cold in here, dude, and I had the window open on that side. That window was closed, I mean, but over here at the slider was barely open, and I could feel the whole hard cold breeze come through, swim through here, and I'm like, it's not even windy. So I don't know what the hell's going on with this weather, but okay, so I'll show you some push-ups that I do with my fingers here. So I got it here, right? Spread this out. And then here, I tuck this in, right? So when you're doing your shit here, I try to tuck this in as much as possible. And like I said, I had some issues with this area, but later down the line, I'm gonna get it so fucking cut up and ripped, it's just gonna be ridiculous. But I'm just gonna show you here just for an example. So pull this up high and do my fingers and see how I suck that in. I'm sucking that in, spreading my legs, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 and 8. So I got the 18. So I keep that sucked in. So that way, you know, your core is what you always want to focus on, from what I've learned, you know. But like I said, it could just be the lighting, but this whole shit is not where I want it to be. Like, right now it looks better than it did a couple days ago, but that's because I've been more consistent with my workouts. Like, I mean, you can see even in my arms, like, certain angles of the camera, like, you can see how my shit's built more. You can see the veins, my shoulders, even just doing the push-up right here. You know, you can see the mobility and shit. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But that's just kind of like how I look at it. Like, even here, like, just camera-wise, I'm going to try to get it to where it's completely more, like, flat. I want to get it to where the belly button's there and get this more rippled here. But, like I said, there's a lot of shit I was doing that was, like, accumulating over time. So I've been trying to clean out. Plus that chick that's been showing, I've been looking through her videos. She's very efficient. I don't know what nationality she is. I don't know if she's British or whatever, but I've met some people from the Netherlands. And versus here in America, America's just shit. I'll just tell you that right now. We don't know a lot of languages. There's always either just English and Spanish. It's the same old bullshit. You might get a couple J1s out here in Laughlin that are like some Chinese people. But who the fuck speaks Chinese, right? Right now I'm trying to learn Dutch. I do have a CD recording too that speaks German. But I heard German's more kind of like, it's nasty, like to the Netherlands or the European people. So like Dutch is more clean, like the way they speak, like ik spreek Nederlands or pardon mevrouw, right? Like meaning, excuse me, miss, right? Ik spreek Nederlands means do you speak Dutch, right? Ik spreek Engels means do you speak English. So I know the beginnings of those. There was a Pimsleur language program I was following, like when I first moved out here, and I was getting that shit. And then for some reason, the YouTube channel cut that off, and I was like, what the fuck? So now I'm trying to get into the Dutch language. I just started this morning when I was doing the steaming. I was listening to what it was saying. I kind of forgot the words already, but I was picking it up on real quick. It's like, it's one of those programs where like it runs for 7 hours. Some of them run for 4 hours, like, and they're like either for naps or when you're sleeping through the night. Now, I already know me, like, on workouts and methods and working. So, like, if I just listen to it, like, repetition, it's going to set in my mind. It's the same thing, like, I never forgot. This was probably, like, almost 10 years ago when I was learning the ik spreek Nederlands, ik spreek Engels, pardon mevrouw, what's the other word for, like, excuse me? I can't remember that word, but anyways, you get my drift. See, I still remember just those small little aspects 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Spanish, I'm not really into, just because as growing up, like around a lot of Hispanics or Mexicans or people even out here, like
they're very like prideful to me. Like that's how I feel, a little racial. And if you don't know Spanish, well then you don't know shit. Well, how come you don't know Spanish? How come you don't know no Spanish, right? So I felt like realistically that was being pushed on me too fucking much. Where I was like, you know what, fuck that language. So I want to learn more about Dutch, German, like the Netherlands, like whatever other language they have in the European area, because I can if I learn all three, I can cultivate it and slang it up myself and talk shit and whatever, you know what I mean? Because I know me pretty damn well. But after that, I do want to dabble into like Chinese, and Chinese will kind of bend easily with Japanese. I don't think it's too much different because I had an uncle that knew Spanish and he can understand Italian because they were almost about the same. So that's how I kind of look at it. If I learn one language, I'll be able to kind of switch it up to be like, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? And like for instance, like I remember I had went into this restaurant and there's this guy I know, and I was only joking, and I was like, hey, ¿qué pasó, güey? You know, and he's like, oh, don't tell me that, because that's like you saying, hey, fucker. And I was like, what? And I asked my mom about it, and she's like, no. She's like, from where I come from, like something about some dudes that are working, like they would be doing mechanical work. And he's like, hey, ¿qué pasó, güey? And he's like, oh, yeah. You know, so like to him, it was like, hey, what's up? You know? So that's what I thought I was telling him, but he took it the wrong way. So I know that there's some versatiles there that you got to figure out. You got to be careful what you say, because some people might misinterpret it. You know what I mean? Which I get. Because, I mean, everything's kind of like on the tone, right? Like, would you say to me, fool? Right? You're like, whoa, wait a minute, I didn't mean it like that. But if someone's like, would you say to me, fool? Would you say to me? And they're like, you're joking with me. I'm like, yeah, you know? So see, but when it comes to other languages, they, for some reason in their culture and their heritage, they don't know the American slang and joking and shit, because it's a lot more... You know, out here it's more freelance because you got blacks, Mexicans, Chinese, Japanese, whites, fucking Australians. So everything here has made its way for like over years and years of time. But in their country, in their culture, it's like, you know, certain spots are like really respected. So, you know, it does really depend on how you place your words. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to learn with some of that stuff. A lot of the workouts. So let me show you some of the workouts that I had picked up on that the chick was showing. So one of them was like, I guess, let me see if I can remember. Like you would do like a push-up, and there's this right here, right? You move your knee up to your elbow, which is good because I know that works this side. Everyone, you know, that might have a lot of flab here. They don't want it. They want to get it pinched down. So there's that. I do know that she was doing something like this too, where it was a dip, and then there was like that movement, a dip. I think it was like that, or it was still like that. What I was doing was getting a weight, because I was watching her do some different things, and I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I can do this. So I was getting this weight, because I seen her have a weight, but she was doing different things. So I just kind of push up, do a crunch, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So since I'm just doing the crunch like that, I'm holding the weight. This still does mobilize the weight crunch. So if you think about it, this is just getting pushed in. You know, it's getting really pushed in. It's like, you know, just like in running, when you're running, what I do, there'll be like a lot of foundation out there. So hold on, let me arrange you a little bit better. Got all this bullshit in here. Got an automatic bed blow up or whatever. So for me, when I'm out running, right, like there's techniques to when you're running, and I learned that through a homeboy of mine by the name of Michael. Very, very intelligent human being. He did a lot of reading. He learned a lot of methods in martial arts. He's got a great body. He looks hella young for his age. I learned a lot from him. So the running aspects is like when you're stepping, you know, so like when you step, like it was more for the breathing technique, because when you hit the ground, you're generating that vibration and energy all the way up, right? So it was like, and then he was teaching me each step will be with a breath through your nose and out your mouth. So right? So that's on the jog. So like there's a lot of soft sand out there, right? And I remember when I'd be doing my boxing, I was flat-footed sometimes, and then I'd be up, and then I'd be flat. He's like, you know, and I knew what he was talking about, but he didn't tell me directly. But I remember when we were talking, he saw some of my videos. He's like, you do pretty good. I like your shit. But he's like, there's a couple things I don't agree with. He's all, but it doesn't mean anything bad, you know? And I like the way he told me that, because when I really thought about it, I was like, I've heard this before. I know what he said before, and I'm not following up on it. I wasn't on my toes, and that was very important. So when he taught me the aspects of running, and I learned everything in that course at the time of play, there was a part where he wasn't around anymore, right? Like he was around for that day, and then it was up to me to make the decision, are you going to continue? Like, that's how I felt. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you just feel things? So I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I started going every day or every other day on my own, right? Through the desert and everything. Started learning. And I knew what he was talking about with the soft sand. This will just be a quick example, because this is kind of cottony. So this is the soft sand, right? And if you're with your tippy toes in the sand, you're going to be all doing that shit, you know, instead of flat foot. Like if you go flat foot, it's not hard, right? And he was saying, look at the sand based like on snow. Like when people go out to the snow, they have those big old weird shoes, you know, they're kind of like poof, poof. I forget what they're called, but I think you know what I'm talking about. They look like tennis racks, and they go through the snow, right? Well, after he taught me like how to run or dabble and move certain ways in the sand, different methods of running and techniques and shit, I started to learn like, okay, well, if the sand takes forever, and if you're on your tippy toes, you be building more muscle in your shins, right? So I started running in the sand like that. And you're talking about miles, hours and hours, days in, days out, hours and hours. Now I could be on my toes all the time. You know? And there's a lot of boxers that can't. I could just stand on my toes all fucking day. You know what I mean? Maybe not in these shoes, but I can do that. You know? And I learned all from that one run. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit into a lot of shit. That's what I'm saying. Working out, languages, eating right, learning what's going on with your mind, if you feel good, if you don't, when you're depressed, how you feel when you wake up, what did you eat the night before, how to flush out, you know, if you're dealing with any diseases, does your heart skip sometimes, or you feel something funny running through it? You know, you can always calculate what it is. You don't always need your phone to tell you, like, because I mean, yeah, I look up stuff, but realistically, I try to put it in a much experience-based into my life. You know what I mean? To apply things. And then, honestly, too, I mean, I know these videos aren't probably really going to get me anywhere. That's a big possibility, right? Like, I can keep doing these workouts and showing you these videos. They're very long. But at the same time, it's educational. Like, real education will take some time. I mean, but you got to think about it. People that go to school, or when you went to school, or even your kids went to school, you're talking about 365 days, 8 hours a day of bullshit that they're giving your kids. So, you know what I mean? Like, and you're talking all the way up until you're almost 18 years old. That's a good majority of your life where you're being programmed to some stupid shit. You know what I mean? And I remember when I was younger, we didn't have no fucking cell phones. We had house phones. So if you really think about it, like, I didn't have this at all. Like, I was more in tune with my mind. Like, I would sit there and contemplate, look at the TV, and plan my day out. And it was just crazy. I would just get up and go. All right, I'll be back. and I'd take off for like 2 or 3 days. I'd be at a homie's house. I'd be at a party. I'd go and crash somewhere else. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. You know what I mean? Like, I was gone for like 2 or 3 days, but I would call and check in every now and then and tell them, hey, I'm over here, or hey, I'm doing all right. If I went missing and it's been 2 or 3 days and my sister and my mom were like, oh, something's up, Raymond usually checks in, that was the signal. You know what I mean? I was in jail. I mean, but you know, like it's nothing bad, you know what I mean? It's just life experience. Like, a lot of people go through a lot of life experiences, and you can't hold grudges against people for mistakes, you know what I mean? You can be upset or be hurt or maybe not like someone, that's fine. You know what I mean? But some people even in the most crucial areas, like I've known people that were like gang banging, killing, fucking doing drugs. You know, I knew a dude that got shot in the fucking head. Who knows what situation that was into, you know what I mean? Like, just a bunch of shit. But years later, I would hear about certain individuals that, like, really came into God, or they came into Jesus, or however you want to look at it, which are called testimonies, right? Like, they kept going through their journey over and over and over, and they couldn't figure something out until they fell real super hard, and then, boom, they found Jesus, right? That's what a testimony is. When you're going through devilish times and you really give yourself to God or Jesus or whatever, you know? I don't know if that's really in my path, but I feel like I'm strong enough to where I can always figure it out. Even if I fall, I know how to get back up. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm not going to say it's all me, because there's times where, like, I'm so gone where, like, I become conscious again. And I believe it's God. You know what I mean? I believe it's Him that's like, wake up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, no more. You're going too far. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's part of my journey. A lot of it was part of my journey. I had a lot of people come and go in my life. And yeah, you know, the further you go when you're doing good, you know what I mean? Like, you end up lonely. Like the Shaolin master said, he's like, the higher you go, the more lonelier it gets, right? Probably just because you're on a whole different level. Your positivity is so up here, where everybody else's you know, their level is right here. So, because that's one aspect I've studied too. Like, I was like, you know what, let me test that out. So I started drinking, lowering my expectations to the lower frequency, and guess what? Here comes all these fools calling out of nowhere or answering my phone call because I'm on their actual frequency. Now that I'm on a higher frequency right now, nobody's hitting me up. Nobody's calling. Of course, my mom's there. You know, of course, you know, your family's going to be there. I have my cousin. But, you know, just little things I've dabbled with within life. I can just tell with just certain shit, you know, how things have been playing out in my life. Give me a second. 10. I wanted to make the arm equal from the other one. 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So anyways, yeah, I couldn't think of anything else what to say really other than just that stuff. So like, yeah, these are just the workouts that I'm adding in. I also have one of these. I don't know if people have seen these. They're like an ab roller type thing. You just like roll out, come back. This is like really fucking hard to do. I've seen some black dude do this. He was like 65 years old. And he was doing them like nothing. That took me a while to actually get on this level. Oh, because in reality, you're supposed to be on your knees and doing them like this. But I've built enough strength where I can do that now. I'm not going to lie. It's very hard. And it fucking sucks. Unless you're on your knees, you know. So, on your knees is good. I also do like the knuckle push-ups. So like, from the chick's video, what I had seen, where she drops, or hair. Supposed to be like ghetto burpees, I guess. And then she was also explaining too, like, I guess in certain countries, if you like kneel down a lot, like you see a lot of cholos do that in videos, you know. But if you do a lot of this, it's good and it's anti-aging. Basically, from the properties that are in your knees, there's not a lot of mobility in older people for them to, you know, if you always see them, they bend over and do this shit. It kind of makes sense because it helps your back, your lower stomach here. So you like kneel down, you know, press a little bit, or, you know, like you hold a weight, which will help, like, you know what I mean? So even doing that alone, that's tightening this whole core. Like you're pulling that whole aspect down. You're making your legs toned up, more stronger. And if you could slim this out, because I have noticed with my legs, even if I build my legs, they can get built. Like I got some mean ass calves, man. They got rips and all that. But up here, it's not too much. But I noticed since I wear like 33 or 30s, like it's a little baggy, but not too baggy. It's like appropriate. But like I said, where I'm from, I used to dress real baggy, real fucking, you know, thuggish. But I've learned to like change up my style a little. So I wear like extra small shirts just because my physique's, like, I look tight when I have my shirt on. But from the side, I feel like my chest and my arm and my back, like this whole torso here, this whole area here is bigger and it doesn't fit my legs. So I'm going to try to transform my upper half and get this like really sleek, like real thin, but it's going to match the whole body. Like, and then eventually when my gut lining corrects, all my hair is going to grow back. So when that happens, I'm going to be a whole different person. You know what I mean? And I had made a video. I'm going on 42 minutes. I had made a video the other day. I don't know if anybody's seen it yet, or I haven't posted it yet, but I'll probably post it today. It was talking about, you know, like I said with the lady, the one I was looking at, the workout girl. She was talking about techniques and different things that you could do, like dieting wise, and like how to like reverse your genetics and aging and stuff like that. But see, that's the thing though. Like, so if she's talking about it, obviously, you know, it's real. So on my aspect, it was like burying yourself in the dirt. I think that's a real big thing, because based on science, because people like to hear about science, based on the scientific evidence, there was a lot of particular scientists that were like actually using a magnifying glass, and they're like, they were trying to figure out, well, what are we really made of? You know, past the skin and veins and meat and blood and all that. And they kept zooming in, and I think they went through the most strongest lens that they had, and it was like a weird, they showed it on the video, right? It was like a little weird squiggly line, right? It was so weird. It had probably other squiggles, I just can't really remember so much, but I do recall him saying the only explanation we can come up with is just energy. And they're like, what? Like, he's like, yeah. He's like, it's energy. So basically, we're energy beings. We have a spirit that comes from God, and our spirit is in this actual physical, like, you know, vessel of a body. And it kind of makes sense, because when you're asleep, you're not aware of anything really at the time. But when you wake up, you're like, you're conscious. You know you're aware. You know you're awake. You know where you're at. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's kind of a little scary sometimes when you think outside the box. But at the same time, I mean, you have to really come to the realistical shit. You know what I mean? Like who you are, or where you're from, or what you're really about. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of intelligent dudes. I have a friend named Eddie. He's very capable of thinking that way too. Like, he's pretty smart. And the things I've told him, he's like, you know, to be honest, he's like, I believe anything's possible, man. He's like, so I wouldn't doubt whatever you're saying, you know? Like, So, I mean, and he don't say it like in a bitch way, because some people are like, oh, yeah, you know. Like, because I've had talked to some people that were like, when we're coming into the truth and I'm trying to teach them, like, hey, look, check this out. Like, I figured this out and da-da-da-da. Like, what do you think? And they'll be like, yeah, you know. And then I could see it in them where it's growing, where they're like, oh, this was crazy. And they're like, all right, well, you know, have a good night. And they're pushing out their fucking cash machine and shit, you know. And I get that. But, you know, sometimes, yeah, I'd be drinking a little bit when I'd be saying some stuff. But I wasn't drunk, you know what I mean? Because obviously I can still remember, you know? If I don't remember, it's either because I blacked out or I just had so much intoxicity that week where I can't remember that week, you know what I mean? And it's not that I forgot, because within the week that I'm cleaning out and doing my thing and getting boom, 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 all these memories come back and I'm like, oh yeah, you know? It's just real weird. But that's probably because of the case. You know, more than likely it's the liquor, you know what I mean? The liquor will do that. But like I said, anyways, it would be like burying yourself in the ground versus, you know, like the aging thing. Because I was going to say that the earth is like one big battery. Because if you're talking about energy base and then scientists are saying about energy, then the earth would be like one big magnetic field of energy. And it makes sense because if you look at the towers, like the transformers, the lights and stuff like that, everything that they wire up and shit, like construction workers, anything to give us electricity, or even they run it under the ground, right? They do shit with the copper, they do shit with the magnets and stuff like that. So that makes sense because they're getting it from the fucking ground. You know what I mean? They put shit in the ground, like they hammer shit into the ground, they wire it, they copper it, and then they run it, and then, you know, they get the whole box and shit, and right? And that's where all the noise comes from. But it's all the energy that they're pulling out of the ground. You know what I mean? So if you think about it, if we didn't have any of that shit, and we started living off the land and doing certain things, then yeah, you know, we're going to figure out a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? But we rely on this whole system to tell us what to do. You know, you clock in, you clock out, you go to work for 8 hours a day, you work for a whole year real hard, and maybe we'll give you a vacation. You know what I mean? So it's like you go to school for 365 days a year for 8 hours a day until you're 18 or almost 18 years old, you graduate, and then right after you graduate, you might have like a little time to yourself before you get a job, right? Then you have to immediately get a job. But I mean, it's all the same shit. You're either working at fucking McDonald's, Target, Walmart, or whatever, you know what I mean? But then you got all these other fucking cats that are like in the CEO, or they're in the casino, and they're like, oh, how are you doing? And they got fucking millions of dollars in their pocket. So it's like, okay, well, did you go to school too like that? I don't think so. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. There might be some people that actually did do something successful for themselves. Like they started doing some telemarketing shit. But I feel that those people in their journey, they just happened to come across some shit that they were learning, and boom, they fell into something. And they're like, oh, and they were smart enough to flip it to where like now they got their own business going. Or they were learning under somebody, and then that guy was getting older, or that woman was, and they're like, hey, let me buy it off of you. I could do it. And then they started running their little business, right? And usually, yeah, it's not like a fat-ass fucking business, but they're doing a little bit better than the poor people like us are doing. You know what I mean? Like, they might have a little house, and they run a restaurant, or they might own a little bar, and they only pay so much at their little nice little condo area. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the shit I look at. So it's like, why can't we... Like, why are we still doing what we're doing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, we're all going to the same place. We're either going to fucking Walmart, Target, Kohl's, the mall, or you're going to like Smart and Final, Sam's Club, and you're buying off some resources. You're relying on some resources that you can't make yourself, that you can't do yourself. You know what I mean? I know I've seen some cats when I was working at the Ace Hardware store. This fool was coming in and out, getting the shit that was real cheap, and he was building somewhere off the land, off the grid. He knew something that nobody else knew, and that motherfucker had straight freedom. You know what I mean? So, to me, it's like, you know, what are we really doing? You know what I mean? Like, are we really fucking doing the right thing? I mean, think about, like I said, like think really hard about that. 8 hours a day, 365 days a year, till you're 18 years old or 17 when you're in high school, and then immediately have to get a job. You don't think that that's like self-programming? Like, hey, do this and do that. Do this and do that. Why? You know what I mean? Like when I was growing up, I didn't have somebody like telling me like, oh, do this and do that. Maybe parenting, like, hey, don't forget to put your shoes on. Like I have an older brother, and yeah, we don't talk, but I have love for him. I have two aspects why I do. One, he taught me how to tie my shoes. Two, he taught me how to ride a bike without training wheels. And I'll always remember that because my dad was a piece of shit. You know what I mean? I always remember that. I always love him for that. And that's the only thing that keeps me intact with him. And that's it. Everyone else, you know, because they all kind of just left me out on the outs. So, you know, of course, everyone, and, you know, including you, people, I'm sure you guys, no family's perfect. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that, like, you know, through all that in lifetime, all of us in life, even your kids nowadays in school, look at the shit that they're teaching them now. You know what I mean? Like, if I had a kid, I wouldn't be wanting to send my kid to school. I would want to be living somewhere off the grid and be like, hey, look, son, this is how life is. This is how people will treat you. This is how, or my daughter, you know what I mean? Daughter's kind of like, I don't really want to raise a daughter because I know how guys are, and that's probably just going to piss me off, you know? Boys are easier to raise, 100%. I've talked to many, many girls, and they told me, yes, boys are easier to raise. They're like, girls are difficult. And I'm like, yeah, I know, we're talking. You're difficult. That's a joke. But, you know, yeah, so basically, that's all I'm saying is I want people to really start thinking about that, you know what I mean? Because, like, yeah, I'm going to be starting some work and doing some things and stuff like that, but eventually I'm going to figure out what I really want to do, and I'm just going to bone out. Like, I know I have options and certain things on learning about the land and resources and stuff like that, you know, and all this stuff, I don't think it's really even going to last, you know what I mean? They got all those fires out there in LA. That doesn't seem really too well. You had a lot of other things that were going on in other countries and stuff like that, people dying. You know, I heard about a friend that recently just passed away too, which really blew my mind. I really didn't understand that. I don't even know why that situation even had to happen. But, you know, people come and go. I've already went through some trials. I lost a cousin. I lost a friend. I heard about another individual that I knew that to me I feel like I lost as well. But yeah, like I said, these videos are mainly just about everything overall and everything about taking care of yourself, building your body and strengthening your body and your mind, your spirit, being more in tune within yourself, knowing about the aspects of what's really going on in the world and why we're doing it. You know, is there real purpose to it? You know, I mean, I know it's good on a lot of other levels because life has a lot to offer. There's a lot of wonderful people out there. There's a lot of caring people. Even conversating wise with people, it's very loving. It's exchanging energies. You know what I mean? I feel that that's where we should be at. Everybody should be more on a communication base, understanding one another. It doesn't always have to be at the bar where you're drinking. You don't always have to be getting high. I feel that there's other methods you could do in order to get away from that and learn to, you know, kind of communicate more with individuals without having to do that, which is like I know you're probably like feeding, like everything I just said will probably be kind of like feeding into that, but just for like a small aspect to kind of like, you know, look at it in a positive way, like you can always meet up with a friend at a Starbucks, you know what I mean? It's a little pricey, or go to a coffee shop, you know what I mean? And it maybe doesn't have to be like a Starbucks, you know, because that shit's like franchised like a motherfucker. They're making billions and billions of dollars. But you can go to like a mom and pop store type coffee shop, somewhere where you know that somebody's trying, somebody that's like us, you know what I mean? You can go and support them. But also you can communicate with people that way without having to do the drug aspect, the drinking aspect, you know what I mean? Or whatever you're into. Even people that have like addiction to food or whatever, and that's hard for them because some kind of emotional attachment with that. You can always go to like a healthier place to eat. You know what I mean? They got like vegetarian places or maybe like a Thai place, you know, like something light you can eat, even though it's still fairly not like that good, but it's probably more better to eat than, you know, maybe like a burger or some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so this is just another video towards the motivational stuff of just getting right with your body and your mind, and thinking about things that I'm telling you, you know, because I had a lot to think about. I had to think about all that stuff, you know, and of course, people are not always going to agree with you, and that's fine. I have tons of people that probably don't even fucking like me, you know what I mean? I got tons of people that don't even care a word I say, or if they had their own personal thing towards me, that's the only thing that's stopping them from really hearing me. You know what I mean? They're not looking at me like as a new grown individual. They're going to look at me like, oh, this is the same motherfucker that did this, or you know what I mean? Okay, go ahead, you know, move along. You don't have to view my shit then. You know what I mean? But if you're still watching me and you're thinking about me and you're hating on me, obviously I'm doing something way right to keep you a hold like that, you know, even though I don't even know if that's even you. But, you know, like I said, that this is just another one of those videos just to keep you to think out like that, because like I said, I had to learn all this stuff on my own, and when I was and experiencing and growing and learning about it, it was a lot of concepts from what I was saying to you that I had to learn to let go of, to be like, you know what, yeah, that's right, that's not right. And I was noticing how my mind was so attached to those concepts of things that are not even real. It's an illusion. You know what I mean? Like it's being commercialized to you, or it's being told for you to do, or you know what I mean? Like you're not questioning things, you know, question things like, you know, like taxes. Why do we got to pay taxes? You know, like they already take it out of your check. Then they're taking it out of the shit that you buy. Then they're taking it out of other particular things, you know, like your housing, then you got to do insurance. It's ridiculous. You got to do the car, the insurance, then your phone, and then phone insurance. You know what I mean? Are they going to, you know, if they could, this is how I look at it. If they could make money off you breathing this fucking free air, they would fucking do that shit. Oh, 50 cents. Taxes $2. You know, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, even to pay a fucking bill, you've already been taxed 5 times before, and then to pay a bill, like, oh, I'm gonna get a money order, they tax you on that shit too. Like really, dog? Like, you know? And then they don't want you to have babies, right? They don't want you populating the world, so they give you condoms, but then they tax you on the condoms. You know what? You might as well be just fucking and busting nuts all fucking day. You know what I mean? It's just fucking stupid. It's just ridiculous. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is the concept of things. Like, really think and fucking look into, like, what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But, anyways, yeah, I wish I could show you more of the workouts, but it's already on 57 minutes and 38 seconds. But, so, yeah, this is my whole layout. I got the little poles here for banging up my legs, so I'm going to be working on that foundation pretty soon. I got my weights here. That one is just kind of just sitting there for whatever reason, because I had put those weights added more. I could add more pounds and weights, but like I said, I'm not going to get all buff. I'm just going to get shredded up and ripped. I got the little thing there, and then this is, I got this at Walmart, if you guys want to know about this. This is the pull-up bar that goes on to the, you know, the frame. You don't have to screw in anything or anything like that. I did have to add an additional plastics here, so that way it holds, you know. But like I said, these are the hammers. This is a regular pull-up. You can do a different pull-up, you know. And then you got your shoulders. And then you could take it down, and then it works as a push-up. You know, like you could do push-ups on it. Like right here, it shows where you could do the push-ups, or maybe like some dips. Usually I do that in the bathtub, like on the tub, you know, I could just dip down. But yeah, so this is the weight room now. Eventually, I'm going to work my way up to, I want to get like a wooden dummy where you like, you know, I don't know if you guys heard about that. You can always look it up. But, yeah, so that's it. That's the video. I hope I can get some support from you guys. And, like and subscribe. I don't even know if I even have a subscription. But I just throw these up for free. I don't ask for no money. I'm not promoting nothing. This is just pretty much the truth of everything that I've learned and grown into. And if you like watching them, thank you for your support. Go ahead and like and write a comment. And you guys take care. Have a good day. Peace out.